In the summer of 1998, the eyes of the world turned to France. It was a nation at a crossroads, grappling with its identity in a rapidly changing Europe. Social tensions simmered beneath the surface, and a sense of uncertainty hung in the air. But for one glorious month, all of that would be put on hold. Football was coming home, not to the country that invented the game, but to the nation that invented the World Cup itself, with Frenchman Jules Rimet being the tournament's founding father. The stage was set for the 16th FIFA World Cup, the largest ever, expanding to 32 teams for the first time. The pressure on the host nation, Les Bleus, was immense. The French national team had a painful history with the tournament. They had failed to even qualify for the previous two World Cups in 1990 and 1994. The latter failure on home soil in a decisive final match against Bulgaria, remaining a deep national scar. Now, as hosts, they were granted automatic entry, a privilege that many critics felt they hadn't earned. The team's manager, Aimé Jacquet, was a man under siege, relentlessly attacked by the media for his pragmatic, defense-first tactics and his supposedly uninspired squad selection. The French public was skeptical, their hopes tempered by years of disappointment. Could this team, a squad seen as lacking a world-class goal scorer, truly compete with the giants of world football? But within this squad was a quiet, unassuming artist, a player of sublime grace and vision, whose talent was undeniable, but whose temperament on the biggest stage was still a question mark. His name was Zinedine Zidane. He was the creative heart of the team, a number 10 of rare elegance, but he was not yet the global icon we know today. This tournament would be his crucible, the moment he would either shrink under the weight of a nation's expectations or rise to become a legend. The 1998 World Cup changed football forever. It was a tournament filled with unforgettable drama, shocking upsets, and moments of pure genius. It was the story of a multicultural team nicknamed Black Blanc Boer, black, white, and Arab, that reflected a new modern France and challenged old ideas of national identity. This is the story of how a team of underdogs, led by a vilified manager and an emerging superstar, defied all expectations. This is the story of how France shocked the world, united a nation, and lifted the World Cup on home soil. Background: pressure on the host nation. As the summer of 1998 approached, France found itself at a crossroads. The nation was grappling with high unemployment and simmering social tensions, a country searching for a new, unifying identity in the final years of the 20th century. Against this backdrop, it prepared to host the biggest single sport event on the planet, the FIFA World Cup. For a nation that had given the world the very concept of the tournament through Jules Rimet, the pressure was immense. It wasn't just about hosting, it was about performing. The history of Les Bleus was one of poetic triumphs, and agonizing Michel Platini had come tantalizingly close, only to fall in two consecutive semi-finals. But the recent past was even more painful. The team had failed to even qualify for the previous two tournaments. The failure to reach USA 94 was a national trauma, sealed by a last-minute goal from Bulgaria in a fateful match in Paris. That night became a scar on the French footballing psyche. The public's faith was shattered, and the media was merciless. He was ridiculed for his defensive tactics and his perceived lack of charisma. The influential sports paper L'Équipe famously declared that France had no chance under his leadership. Jacquet endured the criticism with a steely resolve, meticulously building a team in his own image, organized, powerful, and defensively solid. He was building a fortress, preparing for a war he knew was coming. As the host nation, France was granted automatic qualification, a privilege that felt more like a burden. Without the crucible of a qualifying campaign to forge their identity, they entered the tournament as an unknown quantity, even to the players to emphasize Zinedine Zidane, the calm creative genius, Didier Deschamps, captain and leader, Lilian Thuram, defensive rock, Fabien Barthez, The eccentric but brilliant goalkeeper. Show clips. Player highlights, passes, training shots. 3. France's road to the final. France dominated the group stage, then fought through tough knockout matches. Beat Paraguay with a golden goal, won a dramatic penalty shootout versus Italy, defeated Croatia 2-1 thanks to Thuram's famous 2 goals. Show clips, goals, celebrations, crowd reactions. 4. The final versus Brazil. On July 12, 1998, France faced the defending champions Brazil. Rumors spread that Ronaldo was ill before the match, adding mystery and tension. Show clips, stadium shots, Brazil lineup, Ronaldo walking on pitch. 1. Zidane's iconic moment. The stage was set. The Stade de France, a cauldron of 80,000 souls, pulsed with a nervous energy that could be felt across the entire nation. On one side, the mighty Brazil, the reigning champions, led by the phenomenal Ronaldo, though a mysterious pre-match seizure had cast a shadow of uncertainty over their camp. On the other, Les Bleus, the hosts, carrying the weight of a country's dreams, a nation yearning for a moment of unifying glory. At the heart of this French team was a man of quiet genius, a player whose journey to this final had been marked by both brilliance and controversy. After a red card in the group stage, he had returned with a point to prove. This was his stage. This was Zinedine Zidane's destiny. The first 27 minutes of the match were a tense, tactical chess match. France, defying expectations, were the aggressors, pressing Brazil high up the pitch. Then, a breakthrough. A corner kick was awarded. As Emmanuel Petit jogged over to the left-hand side, Zidane began his calculated movement inside the box. He was a ghost, drifting away from his marker, Leonardo, finding a pocket of space near the 6-yard line. He wasn't known for his heading ability. It was the balletic grace of his feet that had defined his career. But in this moment, instinct took over. Petit's delivery was perfect, an in-swinging cross that invited an attack. Zidane rose, not with a leap, but with a powerful surge, meeting the ball with ferocious intent. He connected with the crown of his forehead, directing the ball with immense power and precision past the despairing dive of goalkeeper Taffarel. The net bulged, the stadium erupted. It was a goal of sheer will, a statement of intent. France led 1-0. The pressure on Brazil intensified, while a wave of belief washed over the French players and their supporters. They could feel it. History was within their grasp. As the first half ticked towards its conclusion, the narrative repeated itself, almost like a recurring dream. Another French attack, another corner, this time from the right. Yuri Djorkaeff was the architect this time. The cross was flatter, faster, whipped into the near post. Once again, Zidane read its flight perfectly. He darted forward, losing his marker and stooping low to meet the ball. It was an almost identical goal, a mirror image of the first. Another powerful header, another ripple of the Brazilian net. 2-0. It was scarcely believable. Zinedine Zidane, the playmaker, the artist, had become the aerial destroyer, scoring 2 incredible headers in the World Cup final, both from corner kicks. In the space of 18 minutes, he had etched his name into footballing immortality. He carried his entire nation on his back that night, lifting the collective spirit of France with 2 moments of decisive brilliance. Those goals were more than just statistics in a final. They were the coronation of a king. They transformed him from a football star into a national hero, a symbol of a new, multicultural France, a legend whose name would be chanted on the streets of Paris for decades to come. 6. France seals the win. Late in the game, Emmanuel Petit scored the 3rd goal. France won 3-0, lifting their first ever World Cup trophy. 7. Legacy of 1998. It launched Zidane to global superstardom. It began a new era for French football. It united the country during a difficult time. It inspired a new generation of stars like Mbappé. Show clip, Dan career highlights, modern French team. Outro France's 1998 World Cup victory wasn't just a football story. It was a moment of pride, emotion, and national unity. And it all started with the magic of Zinedine Zidane.